There, I just made this clip that I wanted to show you in the Fume tutorial. I forgot to mention it, but I definitely wanted you guys to see it. I just didn't want to throw it up on YouTube because it was just like a random thing I was messing around with. Um, this involves some more advanced things in 3D Max with Fume effects. Basically, I just made a quick bullet here, and I use gradient ramp maps to control like the fire for one. You can see I had made little gradient ramp templates back there, and what I do use one for the erosion of this bullet here, and I have one for the noise, which adds noise, and you can see basically the fire would be here. Alright, because I have also a gradient ramp that controls the fire, which is a little bit ahead of this noise here. So basically the fire's burning and it's melting kind of like the bullet, making a bubble, and then it basically turns to ash. This I just used a bullet because it's everybody's more familiar with it. So you can do a cigarette or a space capsule or anything like that, and human body, whatever 3D body. Basically the same stuff, and it just deteriorates over time. And it's just basically all done with gradient ramps. Show you, see, and you use a volume selection, and for the volume selection you set it to the gradient ramp, and everything that's white in it will be selected. Like for this gradient ramp here, I'll show you. If I turn this on, I'll just do the noise one. See, I have the volume selection, and I set it to vertex. So basically what it's doing, I have the gradient ramp linked to the surface texture map of the volume selection, and it's selecting all the vertices, whatever, that's white. Anything that's white gets selected. So which in general after that you can put effect after that, which I set a noise effect to it. And so that means all those vertices will get a noise effect, and I just added a little noise so that you get the bubbling, right? And then of course for the deterioration, I used another volume selection after it and did the same thing, except I have another gradient ramp done for that one with some noise on the gradient ramp. And after that, all the selection I use the delete mesh modifier, which deletes the mesh. So you also get the mesh getting deleted. So that's kind of cool. And I'll show you the materials. Here's the material. Let me go to them. There's one. That one. These two are pretty much the same, but I'll just go ahead and load that one just so you can see it. Here's the fire one. So you can see how it's a little ahead. Then you got the noise one. This is the burn. I call it the burn. And you can see I have noise in the middle gradient ramp. That's the erosion one. So, and you can see I animate the gradient ramp over time, and that's what gives it that look. And of course, for this one, for the actual texture map, I'll show you the final thing when I'm done. There's actually a reflection. It just doesn't show in the viewport when you're in the blend mode. So I have a blend set up, and my one map is the reflection map, which is the basic map you'd put on your bullet to make it look right. And then for the material 2, I use a burn. I created a burn one just out of a standard noise, just a standard gray and brown noise, kind of try to make it look like an ash color, similar to that. And okay, so what happens is I use the gradient ramp, this burn map right here, and I use it as the mask. So everything that's white down the line gets the burn map to it. So you'll see, have the burn map going. So let me go ahead and show that to you now. Ooh, I hope I didn't minimize that. Okay. So now you'll see the reflection. Here's the reflective bullet. I just put it all together in After Effects, and you'll see it getting burnt. You'll see the burn marks here. The noise just helps noise it up a little bit. And you'll see it's, as the fire is coming first, the fire goes first, it's burning, changing colors, and now you'll see it start deteriorating over time with the fire on it. Then of course you get the smoke, and then the fire goes away as soon as your mesh is gone because there's no more mesh there for a fire to be generated from. Then it just poofs out into smoke. So I thought that was cool. I thought you guys might like to see that. This might be good, similar to like on the Smallville when they did the heat vision. He can train the heat vision, both eyes, train it into the center of the bullet, and as it goes through, it's burning the bullet into pieces. And of course, you can use particle flow and throw some particles on here the same way, and basically use a material, a gradient ramp for that, to generate particles from all the white. So basically, wherever it's burnt or eroded, you can have the erosion particles being flicked off um, just at the erosion area, just where the selected particles are for that. So that would be pretty cool, and just add some gravity to it and have it flow upward. And then you can either just texture map them with some glow, or go ahead and add fume effects to the particles too, so it looks more like little fiery things are shooting off of it and stuff. So you can do all those cool things. But I thought you'd want to see how that all looked together. I thought that was pretty cool. Let me go ahead and just play at normal speed for you, so you can see it a couple times. Just picture this. This is similar to, like, you can just kill off a body, have it burn up if you want. Do it quick, or it seems to be a good thing for like a space shuttle entry, like this part right here. Maybe you wouldn't want it to burn, unless you wanted it to chew away the space shuttle or whatever. But right here when it enters the atmosphere, this seemed to be pretty cool looking. Like right here, if you just use this part and have the flames just shoot stay with the bullet like right there before it deteriorates, and you basically have the burning because this thing is heating up. So you can just leave it like that and stop the gradient ramp right there, and just have it fluctuate a little bit and not go any further. So you can basically have the whole animation like that with just the fire kind of flowing off, and the texture map stays just the way it is here as it's going through the atmosphere. So that's kind of cool. When I do things like that, I just get more ideas for stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That looks like it could be an entering the atmosphere kind of effect. And if the mesh wasn't getting deleted, the fire wouldn't go any further. Because I can stop the gradient ramp wherever I want. I can make the gradient ramp stop there, so the fire just keeps flowing off this point and doesn't, just flicks off and doesn't go any farther. It doesn't go over the entire bullet. So basically, the whole thing is being controlled by 3 different gradient ramps. And maybe I'll get into that in a more advanced tutorial when I do the fume effects, more tutorials. I'll get into, all the delete mesh and all those cool things and stuff like that. So, especially if I get requests for anything like that. Alright, that's it. I just wanted to show you that. I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, I just didn't want to throw it up there on a quick effect. I wanted to explain why, I did it. Seems more sensible. Alright, that's pretty much it. Thanks.